It was good, Georgia Boy Black over here, BMC live stream, YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, and support. Bishop Lamar Whitehead out of Brooklyn, New York, has received 9 years for wire fraud, extortion. Bishop Lamar Whitehead, if you're not familiar with him, he's known as the bling bishop, known for his flamboyant style of dress, jewelry, $1 million worth of jewelry. He was on a live stream, and 3 gunmen bust in, put him and his peoples on the ground and robbed him of $1 million worth of jewelry. Allegedly, he was known for jumping out of Rolls Royces and Bentleys and wearing the top of the line fashion houses. But all that style and stuff, that doesn't mean anything if you actually is a man of God. And they say Lamar, the bling bishop, like all this stuff, he was known for the big truck jewelry, everything, flamboyance. He was even associated with the mayor of New York, Mayor Adams. So there's just another one of the people that they can probably link Adams to some kind of corruption. This Bishop Lamar Whitehead, some of his parishes, his churchgoers took him to court saying that he was living this lifestyle off of them. He was living off his parishes. He wasn't really teaching them financial stability. He was making sure he had financial stability, because a lot of these preachers that be having this opulence and this overabundance of wealth seemingly say they preach financial stability, like T.D. Jakes and what's that smiling preacher and the likes. But that goes down from a long line of people in the name of God that push that abundance, give and you will receive. Father Divine, Daddy Grace, Reverend Ike out of Rochester, New York. That was my grandma. She used to listen to Reverend Ike. But if you go back and listen to Reverend Ike, he was pushing a certain module for financial stability. It wasn't all roots and I'll send you $1, because I could send you $1 quick. But this guy right here, Bishop Lamar Whitehead, they say he was taken from his peoples and prospering. He was his main thing was not even about God. It was just pushing that issue about getting money and how prosperous and what he had. Him and his wife, if you go to see some of the news clips and stuff for him and his wife going in and out of court in mink coats and Christian Dior and Louis Vuitton purses and stuff like that. All that don't have anything to do with God. And the question I'm asking here was, is he going through this stuff? He just got 9 years, like I said, for wire fraud, extortion, falsifying statements, defrauding the people that was helping him at his church. He was living off of his parishes, people, people that depended on him for their faith in God. So what I'm saying is, whether he was Buddhist, a Muslim cleric, a Baptist preacher, was he was he reaping what he sowed? Because no matter which God it is or gods, it's still dealing with a certain element of, let's say, karma. If you're doing it with bad intentions, it's gonna come back on you. And it's Lamar Whitehead, known as the bling bishop, receiving his just dues. Seemingly, you do dirt, you get dirt. You feel me? Because like I said, so much stuff happened to him in his fervor to say that he is a bishop serving in the name of God. Lamar was robbed on a live stream. And what was so crazy about that, the 3 guys that robbed him, I think, literally, I know at least one of them is who they were. It was a manhunt, and one of them was in a hotel somewhere, not in New York City, but out of town. And when the people ran down on him, it was a shootout and he was killed. So his whole aura is like something is bad news. And so maybe it's just his karma or his fate. Now he has 9 years. He came and went. And it might be further to probe into Mayor Adams of New York, because he been leaked to a lot of people that are dealing in fraud. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. But the bling pastor, the bling bishop, Lamar Whitehead, how long can fake thugs pretend? And I'm telling you, if you go back to some of the old clips, I don't want to give it too much light, because you know what? Because YouTube will ban your ass for using too much of somebody else's content. But this guy Lamar Whitehead, He want nothing nice. He was, you know what I mean? And seemingly, the question was, he had just got out of prison too. Also, the backstory on him, he had a story past, probably a youth, went through his 1-2s, went to prison, came out enlightened, but with a better perspective on God, enlightened on the money scheme, seemingly out in Brooklyn, New York. And like I said, his fervor to deceive the people might be what's his downfall. And a lot of times people get caught up into that. You know, they don't do it for the humanity of it. They're not doing it because that's what God wants them to do. They're doing it because they see it as a financial way out. Like I said, financial stability is worth way more than some people's faith in God, because it's right here and it's in the physical. Everybody wants to be comfortable. Nobody wants to not be eating. And that's what a lot of times people like Lamar, he pushed people away from different religious organizations, whether it's Christianity, Catholicism, Buddhism, Islam. People like Lamar that overindulge, that take the aspect of your faith in God or the gods and twist it and turn it around and make it about fulfilling their dreams and making you the consumer of a product and not getting your faith. You know what I mean? It's like, people, like I'm telling you, people like him. That's why a lot of times people don't go to church, or when they go to church, they don't even put money in the collection plate, because they're not coming to church to build the church up. They're coming to fill the church up and have the church fill them. I mean, whether it's a mosque or a temple, you know, it's people like Lamar, the Bishop of Bling. He monetized his faith. He monetized his parishes too. He made them an instant ATM. He was pushing God, you know, the heavenly pearly gates. You know what I mean? Listen to what I'm saying. I know what's going on. I'm standing up here with the big gold chains on, with the big ruby rings and the fly glasses. I'm the bling bishop. That's what it's about. If you listen to me, you can bling bling one day too. I mean, that's all he can bring to him, because it seemed that it was more about his fashion than his parish's faith. And a lot of these people that was in his church took him to court. He said he got rated for like over $100 and some $1,000, and it was all supposed to have been in the name of God and helping build a church, but it was to hold up his flashy lifestyle. And like I said, he was associated with the mayor of New York, another charlatan associated with Mayor Adams. This could be adding to his downfall. And I'm speaking of Mayor Adams now, but this guy right here, Lamar, Whitehead, the bling bishop as he's known, it seemingly he wanted to be a rapper. Maybe he should have went into hip hop as opposed to going into being a prophet. And it's just it was bound to happen. He was, you know what I mean? You know that if he coming in fresh out of prison, he coming in with all this stuff. You know they was watching him, because you know if I can see you, they can see you. You know they're watching. So the bling bishop gets 9 years. Was it because he was playing with God? Leave a comment. Don't forget to like, share, and support. Y'all leave a comment, man, below what y'all think, man. A lot of times y'all just watch the content. You know, I'm interested in, you know what I mean, what's going on out there and your opinion. So don't forget to like, share, support, and leave a comment. It's your boy Black over here at BMC, the Formula Live Stream YouTube.